everyone. It's Richard Solomon, and I wanted to bring a quick tip. I was having a thought this morning as I was getting ready to go work with a client, um, and I'm on my way now, and I want to bring you a quick tip. You know, when you think about entrepreneurship, and we are in this month, I've dubbed this month the month of Millionaire Mindset. When you think of entrepreneurship, uh, it runs counter to the norm. Let me explain that. So, in order for societies to work well, in order for us to have order, structure, what we tend to do is create rules, norms, average expected behavior. For example, in the UK and in many parts of the Caribbean, we drive on the left of the road. That's a norm. There's a speed limit, or there are speed limits in different roads. And so we create norms. One of the norms that we're handed when we're very young is go to school, get a decent education, and get a job. And there is nothing wrong with it. You get a job in the equivalent of a factory or in an actual factory where you add value to some product, some process, some service that is then sold by someone else to other people. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's the norm you're handed from a very early age. Now, if you decide, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, I'm going to be a freelancer, I'm going to be a consultant, then you are running counter to the norm that has been set up and that you've been handed. And that's in every sense of the word. That is counterintuitive to the programming that more than likely your caregivers, parents, whomever they were, have handed you over the time that you've been alive. And so, for many of us, when we decide to strike out in that way, we are alone. We are alone as entrepreneurs. And when you are alone, that's for most people a very difficult experience. One millionaire mindset is the willingness, the temerity, the strength to be alone, to walk a journey, at least for part of that time, by yourself. Because here's what will happen. The people who should support you, or the people whom you think would support you, family members, friends, colleagues, they may very well become members of the discouragement club. Not instead of being in the encouragement club, they become members of the discouragement club. And the club will say things like, don't do it. They'll throw a statistic at you. They'll say 60% or I think 70% of all small businesses fail within the first 2 years. You know what? They're right. That does not mean that yours must be among those. And usually their intent, maybe I shouldn't say usually, possibly their intent is not bad intent. They are trying to keep you from going out of the norm because society has told you and them the norm is good, outside of the norm is bad. Those who are successful, those who go beyond the norm, those who go beyond the average, those who have what others don't, are prepared to do what others won't. This is Richard Solomon, Millionaire Mindset January. See you soon.